Hi guys!
Hi guys! I'm Amanda.
I'm Bel.
And this is Messy and we mean it!
Also
So-
called Mommy.
Yeah, we call it Mommy for short. Messy and we mean it.
MAWMI.
Because who isn't messy? I mean, if you're saying you're not messy, you're just lying, honestly.
I don't pack my room.
But she's moving house, so it's okay.
Yeah.
You can just put your mess into your new house.
I guess.
So Mommy, I guess, is a little bit of a double entendre for me.
Oh
because
wow, big word. What does that mean?
Double meaning word.
Oh.
Yeah, because Mommy also is like hot mom, like MILF, you know? So like my mom friends and I, we call each other that just to have a little bit of a confidence boost. So it's
I'll
cute.
call you Mommy every day.
Yeah, you can. I mean, John calls me Mommy already.
Anyway, this is the first episode of our podcast.
Yeah, it's really exciting.
We have no idea what to do.
We're a little bit nervous.
Yes.
We hope that we can get the sound on the mic because I don't know.
Yeah,
What if it doesn't get
we are still, please be patient with us. We are still figuring out. I'm sure it will get better as the episodes pass. But we just wanted to take this chance to talk to you guys. I think by the time you hear this, it will be March. We are recording this in January. And you guys probably have watched the Taylor Swift concerts.
Well, I didn't go because I didn't win tickets on your giveaways. So I wouldn't know. How was it, Belle? How was it?
I believe it's going to be amazing. I probably wore a really nice dress and sat down, but was forced to stand up the whole time because everybody would be screaming. I don't know. I'm really looking forward to it.
I think it's really cool because there are so many concerts to look forward to this year.
Oh, so many.
I'm going to Coldplay.
Oh, yes.
I think you're coming with us.
Yes.
Yeah, and Riley's opening for Coldplay, so that's going to be really cool. Yeah.
Giving her a
Shout
round of
out.
applause.
Yeah.
And I guess we just wanted to start this podcast because we have a lot of girl talk between each other. And now Amanda is overseas. She's in Malaysia. I'm in Singapore. And it's very hard to catch up. And we just thought that the best way to catch up would be on the pod. I mean, of course, we'll be at each other's houses. But I guess it's nice also to just share about the little things that we talk about personally with you guys because maybe it will make you feel a little less alone, I guess.
I think we wanted to start this podcast quite a while ago. I would say like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
During COVID, actually. But I think the timing just wasn't right. We were both very busy. And then the right opportunity came along. And then here we are.
2024.
Telling you about the thoughts in our head.
Oh my goodness, I don't know
judge
whether you want to
us.
hear most of them.
Okay, now I'm very self-conscious. Okay, so we're supposed to be talking about 2024 because it is the new year. Belle, what have you been up to?
2024. I feel like it started really slow. Felt like a breath of fresh air. I think I'm struggling to leave 2023 behind. Like everything that I felt about the year. I know a lot of people, right? When you see online, you see their reels, then they do like the 2023 rap. And it's all like amazing like clips about how they manifested something and they got it and things like that. I felt like I just struggled through the whole year. I tried my best. I mean, I'm somebody that's I wouldn't label myself as hardworking, but I would try. Okay.
I would label you as hardworking.
Oh, thank you.
You're one of the most hardworking people I know, actually.
I try my best.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
but sometimes I think a lot of my friends, they always tell me that it's very important to learn how to say no. And I felt that I kept saying yes in 2023 because it was the year that everything opened up after COVID, opportunities came. And I just found it really tiring, you know. I tried my best, but I felt like my best was never enough. And I was so happy that the year ended, but I also felt so not satisfied because, I don't know, maybe I set really high standards for myself, but I'm just really hard on myself. I'm not, if you get what I mean.
Honestly, I don't think saying yes is a bad thing. Sometimes we do need to open up ourselves to more things in life, because for me, I think I struggle with, I have a problem. I mean, I think we are all innately people pleasers,
Yes.
especially, if we have things that we project, right? So innately, I think a lot of us are people pleasers. But also at the same time, for me personally, I tend to also shun new experiences and I'm not as open. Yeah, like I have friends who are very, very adventurous and they'll be like, come, do this with us. And I'll be like, nah, I don't like heights. I don't like this. I don't like that. So I'm very selective over what I want to do, you know, or rather, it takes a long time for me to like warm up to the idea of doing something. So I don't think it's a bad thing saying yes to things, but also I think what's important is boundaries.
Yes.
Right? Like if we really feel like, hey, this is making me uncomfortable, I'm not happy with, I'm not comfortable doing this, I think it's okay to say no.
I always feel bad, you know, for saying no. Like, oh, you might disappoint someone or I don't know. Sometimes I think to myself, it's okay to say yes, so why not? Right? But it should be in another like point of view. It should be I don't feel like it, so I should say no. But my head just tells me, never mind, it's not that bad to say yes, so just go along with it.
Do you say yes because you don't want to disappoint the person or because you FOMO?
I think I just don't want to disappoint the person. I know that if I tried, I could, you know? And I think my threshold for things is actually quite good. So I can actually pack a lot of things into my schedule, into, you know,
Yeah, you went to Paris for 1 day.
No, 2.
2 days?
Yes.
But still, which crazy person flies for 24 hours and like, I don't know. That's crazy. I was telling everybody, I was like, what the hell, Bel is in Paris for like 2 days. And this was after you got married, like shortly after you got married. And I was like, how are you doing this?
So for that trip, like it was supposed to be longer. And then I was like, oh shit, I need to come back for like an appointment. Thank goodness, really thank goodness that the flight was like miles redeemed.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, to me, I was like, oh damn, I have such a short time in Paris. But
Miles redeemed. Shout out to Singapore Air.
no, but I did so much, you know. I made the most of my time there. I spent time with friends, I create content. You know, I always think my brain just wires itself to think like, how can I maximize time? How can I maximize like, you know, content creation, but also make time to be present? And then I just try to be like so good at everything that at the end, I just feel dissatisfied. So I guess this year, what I want to do is to just really slow down, to prioritize my mental health, my physical health, to make time for exercise, and yeah, honestly, just that. And learning how to say no more. Like my friend Ming, he gave me a button that says no a couple of years back, and I haven't used it. Now the battery is probably like, you know, spoiled, but I need
buy
to
new
replace-
batteries.
Buy new batteries that I can use.
Yeah.
So next time I bring it out to events, I'm like, Bel, are you free for coffee?
I think for you and me, it's quite different because last year was very like go, go, go for you, right? But last year was I really took some time to slow down. I mean, I was pregnant.
She became a mommy.
23. Yeah, I became a mommy.
Mommy.
Oh, mommy. But it's completely life-changing, you know, but also I really took the time to slow down. I got really complacent. I got really lazy. So this year, I want to kind of rev it up, not for anyone else, but for myself. You know, I think that I'm trying to find myself again, trying to find who I am as Amanda, the individual, and not so much as Amanda, the mom, or rather try to find a good balance between the two persons. And I want to do more things that kind of drive me, you know.
Like this.
Yeah, like this.
This is a great start to the year, and I think allowing yourself time to do this podcast, I think it's a really big step forward already. So.
Yeah, thank you.
Ciao.
And we were really looking forward to this.
Yes.
You know, we were
Yes.
talking about this
For so
ages.
long.
Do you know how many Zoom calls we jumped on, like just her and I? And it would be like passing on like topics to each other. Okay, how about this? How about this? And then nothing came to fruition until now, which is wow.
And I think Amanda and I, we always talk about our beliefs, the struggles that we have, and we always give each other like advice, you know, from our experiences, which in turn really just helped us feel less alone, struggling through whatever that we were going through. So yeah, it's nice to have you guys just listen in to our conversations and just lifing with us, I would say.
Yeah. I mean, we've known each other for 6 years.
Oh, has it been 6?
Yeah, I would say 6 years.
Oh,
we met
goodness.
each other on like an Adidas press trip.
Yes.
And because she is my husband's childhood friend. And then he was like, I just started dating my husband at the time, and then he was like, oh, you have to meet this girl. Her name is Belle. Then I went to look for Belle, and then I found her. And then we became friends. We became very, very fast friends. And then when I moved to Singapore, she was one of my first friends that, you know, I could trust, I could call an actual friend. And here we are, even after, you know, I
Moved back to
to
Malaysia.
KL. I still go to Singapore to work every week, every 2 weeks. And then I will meet her. If she's free, I will text her. We'll go for lunch, go for coffee. Yeah, like do work together, go to events together.
It's nice to have a girlfriend that you can lean on and also just to do life with. And I think that also requires a certain amount of like commitment to spending time together, to check in on each other. So yeah, I'm very thankful that we have this together. And I'm excited to see how mommy would go. You know, but okay, so there's this very interesting part of this podcast. It's called Messy Mail. So Messy Mail is a segment of the podcast that I wouldn't say throw out, but we'll share with you guys on Instagram, and then you guys can give us your stories. So like what it says, Messy Mail is like something like Unagony, I would say. Like growing up, I read a lot of the Unagony columns in magazines. Do you?
So did I. No, I really loved it in the newspaper. Like I will go and read people's life and be like, this person's life is like messed up.
I would say that we wouldn't say to celebrate your mess, but you need to
Embrace it.
and live through it and like just struggle through it. You know what I mean? And know that on the outside, you see a lot of like perfect like pictures of, you know, how everybody's lives are going on. But actually, everybody's struggling lah in different ways.
Yeah.
So
and I think it's really nice that you guys shared it with us, you know. I mean, I think I shared a little bit on Instagram, especially early in the year, that, I don't know, I felt a bit weird. Like, I felt very unsettled. And I got a lot of replies from people that don't usually talk to me. And they were like, yeah, I feel the same way.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But I think people also bond the best through like their struggles.
yeah.
So I think when they see that somebody's struggling as well, they're like, I feel the same way.
Yeah.
And they'll tell you their story and you're like, oh, okay. Then I feel like less alone.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. Shall we read it actually?
Okay, can. Wait. So they have pulled this mail out for us. Okay. Shall I read it to you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll read it to you. Dear Amanda and Christabel, I migrated to Melbourne thinking my life would be easier and better, but it backfired and blew up in my face. My partner has an Australian permanent residency, so Australian PR, and decided to take me with him, and I've been bragging about how my life would be so much easier abroad for a whole year before the move. But long story short, 2023 was not my year. When I arrived in Melbourne, I applied for as many jobs as possible, but what I didn't know was that Melbourne required so many qualifications just for jobs, as simple as cleaning and waitressing. So for context, my resume is short because I couldn't get a full-time job back in KL as it was during COVID. So after a whole year with no luck, it has caused a toll on my relationship and mental health. Oh no. I have been struggling alone, and it has been so hard to seek help and advice because no one is educated enough to help newly migrated people to settle down. It has now turned to 2024 and I'm feeling really demotivated and unappreciated. I have been so unhappy here in Melbourne, and I always feel so desperate to go back home to Malaysia, thinking my life would be so much better. But I'm here in Melbourne to build a future with my partner. What should I do?
Oh. What's this person's name?
You never say.
Oh, dear person. I just really want to give you a hug because I really, really resonate with that. When I moved to Singapore, I think Belle is very, very familiar with this story. I did not settle as well as I thought I would. You know, it was really hard for me as well, in a nutshell. I struggled a lot mentally. I was there during COVID as well. So it really took a huge impact on my mental health, my well-being, everything. At the end of COVID, I felt like I was a shell of myself. I felt like I was a zombie. I did not know what feelings were real and what was not, because during COVID, a lot of my sadness was very like amplified. You know, I was very, very, I don't want to use the word depressed lightly, but now in hindsight, I think I actually was depressed because that was not me at all. Like I came back after COVID and my friends were like, what happened to you? Kind of vibes, you know?
I remember talking to you and you were just spacing out most of the time. And
I was just trying to,
have it all together.
yeah, I was
like-
just trying, I was holding on by a thread. I just needed to be as present as possible. But I think that I wasn't there. Like glass, right? My eyes were like glass. Like,
What do you think really helped you through that period of time? Because obviously you still had to be there, but I'm sure you took steps, to just help you stay afloat. So I would say like what would be the best advice that you can give for someone who's still in that situation?
I feel like everyone copes differently because, we are all wired differently. We all have different goals. We all have different values. So I can't necessarily like advise this person. But what I did do, and it really helped me, was to turn inward. I started my spiritual journey where, it really starts with, as cheesy as it starts with self-love and finding that contentment and peace from the inside. And honestly, I'm not there yet at all. But because it's a lifelong journey, right? But my spiritual practice was very, very strong then. And I think that also happened for a lot of people during COVID because a lot of people felt lost. No one knew what to do during COVID. So a lot of people turned inwards. But that also, it's something that you have to want to do, right? You cannot it cannot be a forced thing and it cannot be manufactured like that. It has to be something that you have to come about to yourself.
I would say that's more of like a coping mechanism. So it's like if you decide to take your situation and turn it inward instead of being like resentful about it, and you think about what I need in this period of time to feel better. So for you, it's like your spiritual journey. For some people, it just may be as easy as like a exercise routine, something to take your mind off things.
Yeah, definitely.
And it could also be like every day I would learn a new short recipe, like 10-minute kind of like recipe.
Yeah.
So I think it's also learning what you need,
Yeah, exactly.
and what you need to make to do every day to just tide over the period. It's not that you're trying to escape from your problems, but you need a way to alleviate the stress it has on your spirit. Because if not, then how are you going to continue, just like fighting through the next day when you actually feel so like beaten down and tired and things like that, right? You need something to lift your spirits, whether it is a friend to bring you like, flowers or go to like the plant farm with you and buy like a small little potted plant.
That's what we did during COVID.
That's what we did.
Yeah, we went to the nursery and then we would come back with how many plants?
Oh.
Like 5-6 plants.
Yes.
And then we'll just be happy, like, oh, look at our plants. And then we
it's
exchange
going
tips.
well.
Then what did we do? We did like you would pass me a plant, like we had
Then
to
we'll
cut a
report
root,
it.
Our report.
Then after that, we didn't know how to report it. So we took all the plants. I mean, this is not the smartest way to do things, but we called a Grab, took all our plants that has been sitting on our balcony, and we went back to the shop.
And then they helped us report it.
Then we brought it back home.
Yeah.
Then the auntie was so nice. She taught us how to report it. And she said, maybe next time you don't need to come back. You can do this at your house.
Yeah. And then after that, we never attended to our plants because life resumed. So, but we didn't like abandon our plants. We still like water our plants, but it wasn't like, a main topic anymore.
We stopped talking about plants after a couple of months.
Yeah.
But I think what we're trying to get at this is that you just need to find something to do. It can be anything,
I think even with exercise, it has like a chemical reaction to our body.
Yes.
When I was young, I was not much of an exercisey person. But as I grew older, first it started because of vanity, because I want to be fit and everything. But now it's more like as I grow older, I want to make sure my body is okay. I want to know, get to know my body better. So if something is not right, I will also know. That's the mindset that I'm in now with exercise. But when it comes to, how you said like find activities.
Oh my goodness, I need to tell you this.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, not really a kid, but when I was like a lot younger, and I never knew all these like mindfulness tips, right? I never understood like how to take care of yourself.
Anyone knows when we are young
No,
because
man.
we're not taught these kind of things.
We weren't.
Yeah.
So my way of coping now, on hindsight, was to buy like nail polishes. So interesting, right? Like I bought one nail polish color every single time I was sad. And then after buying it, okay, just to let you guys know, it is not that expensive. It's like $1 from Face Shop, last time back then. So I would just buy one and I'll sit in my balcony and paint my nails. Yeah, and I felt so good after. It's like all my worries, my worries went away. Then I'll go and sleep. Then I think sleep helps a lot also. So you feel a lot better after you sleep. Then the next day you try again lah. Then when I'm sad again, I buy another nail polish. So I had a lot.
Yeah, I guess you find that therapeutic.
Yes, now looking back, I'm like, wow, that's my therapy. Not bad, this therapy $1 only.
I mean, whatever that you find therapeutic, whether it's like a hobby or a skill. But okay, for me, I also feel like these are just things to help you cope. You might because I know you said something about, it's not about distraction, but I view that as some sort of distraction, because during that time when I was deep in it, these were just like, it was just like slapping a band-aid to my problem, on my huge wound, and it didn't really heal. So I don't have advice per se, but I just want to say that,
you're not alone.
Trust the process, trust the journey. Sometimes we have to break in order to come back together again, stronger, better, And I know it's so cheesy, but you got this. Like, you really, really got this. I think we are all a lot stronger than we think we are.
Okay, so that's our messy mail. If you guys are interested, to put in like your own messy mails, we'll always have the link up, and then you guys can actually go onto our Instagram pages and then input your stories, and we might read them out in one of the episodes.
The juicier, the better.
Oh yeah.
Like, let us read it and be like, oh man. So what do you think about this whole like New Year, new me, New Year's resolution?
I think I like it.
Do you like setting resolutions?
Yes.
I hate it.
Oh. I like it because I feel like every single year is a chance to start anew. I know it sounds like damn cheesy, right? But I feel this breath of like fresh air, like I have a chance to try again, But I wouldn't say that it's like a new me, but more of like okay, it's like the reset thing that you leave last year behind, you just like start anew and like you have the chance to try again, So I like it, but I think
fresh start. I mean, I get it. Yeah, I get it.
But I think the New Year's resolutions that I've made the last few years was really bad. Like one year I changed mine to like be brave. Oh my goodness, the worst year ever. Yeah.
Well,
so my resolution was be brave.
Okay.
So vague, right? Be brave.
Yeah, can we?
Oh.
Why was it the worst? I mean,
I faced like the lows of the lows. I think that was like a couple of years ago. And like, I just felt so down, that yes, I had to be brave, but I felt like the resolution I made, like foreshadowed like a bad year lah. So maybe I told myself now I'll make more specific resolutions instead of like, there's one year that I had be fearless. Oh goodness. Terrible year too. So yes, so this year mine is exercise more, take care of mental health, more actionable stuff. So I would say that I think the New Year, New Me resolutions are really good, but you just have to be more specific. Yeah. Why do you hate it though?
Okay, I hate it because I'm a procrastinator. So if I say like, okay, I'm not going to exercise in 2023. I'm going to wait until 2024. And then when 2024 comes around, we can wait a little bit more. So it kind of backfires against me for my personality, my character. If I want to do something, I have to do it then. Like, yeah, because I'm a huge procrastinator. Like, it's horrible, it's awful. Like, I need to be more accountable to shit, right? So, yeah, if the goal is to exercise more, I have to start tomorrow.
So yours is not like a New Year's resolution. It's more of like a no resolution. I'm going to do it now.
Yeah. But I guess my resolution is not so like, mine is more like mental related, mental health related, more spiritually related. Like for me, but it's something that I've been trying to do for a while, not necessarily this year, but I would like to bring it into this year as well, which is being kinder to myself, better self-talk.
Yes.
Which is easier said than done. because I've been doing this exercise that helps with self-awareness. So this is what my spiritual guide has been making me do every day for 15 to half an hour. I have 2 columns. I write down in 2 columns my thoughts and my emotions. And whatever comes to mind, I just write down. Cannot filter, cannot judge. Just write it down and how it makes you feel. And when I started doing that, I noticed that there was a lot of negative emotions coming out of my thoughts, right? And we are not our thoughts. It's just something that pops out in our mind from our experience, from our stored experience, from our whatever. And there was a lot of negativity. And then when it was staring me in the face, I was like, this is why I am so like down. This is why, because the thoughts in my head are not even nice.
Yeah.
So that is something that I would like to continue this year. If anything, get better at it, have better self-discipline. Because it's always like at the beginning, I can do it so well. And then so we have this, we have this journal that we share online. She has to fill it up. I have to fill it up. And at the beginning,
we read them?
Yeah. And at the beginning, it was like, okay, it was very nicely filled up. Every 2-3 days, we go log in. And then at the end, it was like empty, So self-discipline. I mean, I'm not going to say you should have self-discipline because I need self-discipline.
Yes,
but
I do too.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll read you my entry. This is, at the end of the year, I wrote, breakfast is so important. How you start your day is important. And how you make time to have enough time to not rush through the start of your day is so important. Oh, wow, my brain.
But this is really what goes on in her brain, Yeah.
No, my friends always joke, right? That in my brain, it's like, the inside out like characters. So there's so many, then they go on inside, it goes, then they're all running around, trying to keep things together, and then the alarms are blaring. Yeah, that's my head.
Sometimes, not all the time.
Sometimes.
Okay,
anyway, long story short, this was the day that I fainted, almost fainted at spin class because in the morning, I went for spin class without like breakfast and I had a really strong cup of coffee and I just went for it like the spin class and it was like the most intense spin class, and I haven't been to spin for a long time. Halfway through, I felt like my whole world just closing in and then the room was like in a whirl, not in a good way. And I stepped off the bike, stumbled outside and sat on the floor. Then this person came to me and said, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Cold sweat dripping off my body. Yeah, then after I felt better, I wrote this down. I'm like, please remember to eat breakfast. It's really important to make time.
And you probably push yourself too hard also.
Correct. So it was just another like just alarm bell to me telling myself that, hey, maybe you don't push yourself so hard. Just take your time, make time for exercise, or make time to actually have breakfast first.
And I also hate to say it, but we're kind of getting older, Bel.
Yeah, girl.
But we'll get into that next.
Maybe next time. Another topic, huh? Yeah. But I guess I just don't take care of myself enough. And I keep thinking that, like what you said, still okay, not that old yet, you still need, your body can still handle it. But actually, no, I don't think can. I mean, I try my best to not fall sick as often, take my supplements and things like that. But I need to understand the fact that I cannot push my body so hard, mentally and physically. And I think, like what you said, boundaries are very important. Yeah. And
I think
it was
this goes hand in hand with saying no to certain situations that make us feel uncomfortable. I guess.
And really valuing your energy.
Physical aspect of it,
Yes.
Yeah.
How about yours?
Oh my God, I just read through and I don't know if I want to put myself out there, but you know what? I will. Because
it's messy.
It's very messy. Like my head is all over the place. Okay, I'll just read you the first paragraph from the first entry. My morning meditations used to be a very important part of my routine, especially in the thick of the pandemic. But as life resumed back to normal, my practice became less. And it still lingers at the back of my mind that it's a practice I have to do. Sometimes it feels more like a burden than a release. But I did find the time this morning before my workout. I don't know. I feel like it is a lot of to do with my baby and trying to get back into my spiritual practice. and trying to be more disciplined. So it's the same thing, essentially. Yeah. Oh, I love this one. Also, I woke up and I used my phone right away. I went on IG and I hate it when I do that. I always feel like shit after social media sucks. So there you have it, my real thoughts, guys.
Well done.
I love it. I love it. I think there was this point in my life where I just deleted everybody on my following list because I just couldn't take social media anymore. I mean, I love social media in a way that it's from the start I really like sharing, you know, I like scrolling through all the nice pictures. But I got to a point where like your head space just cannot deal with so much.
Honestly, social media is a whole other topic that we can dive into for episodes. But I think I just want to put it out there that when we started social media, it is not the monster that it is today. You know?
Yeah.
It used to be fun. It used to be like, this is me sharing my life and like, this is my joy. Maybe bits and pieces of like, okay, you know, I'm not feeling too great today. But now it's just, I don't even know what to describe it. But I'm trying to turn it around and not, I want to use the word hate, but rekindle my love with social media, with the platform, because I mean, I've had some really, really good times, on social media, and I've gained a lot from it, experience-wise, or even meeting people from around the world, you know, seeing things that we would never get to personally experience, but it's so nice to see it from the lens of someone else. But now it's just, it can be very beautiful, but very ugly at the same time, right?
But I try to tell myself that, you know, we are humans, right? So we are very highly adaptable. So in every season, there will be friction and there'll be like things that we really don't like, but we will be able to adapt. So for example, you know, now they always talk about limit your screen time, and also like
no screen time first thing in the morning.
Yes.
Yeah.
And things like that. So you find ways to cope with this new like platform that will really never ever go away.
Which also takes self-discipline.
Everything is self-discipline.
Do you go on your phone in the morning?
All the time.
Yeah, I did this morning.
Yes.
See?
Then I open and the first thing that pops out is like news, and it's always like negative news.
Yeah.
So I feel very uncomfortable in the
let
morning.
me show you something that's not negative.
Oh, what?
Like my girlfriends and I were sharing this. I don't know whether this is your type,
Oh, it's okay. Oh wow. Oh man.
Like
He's washboard.
yeah, he's like, it's a Calvin Klein ad, but he's wearing the
Who's he?
Calvin Klein tank.
Is he like
he's in The Bear. He's an actor in the guys.
Oh, you saw it too.
It's a bit much.
No, it's not at all.
It's a bit.
It's not.
It's full of.
Hey, don't be rude, Ming. How is this too much? It's not enough.
Oh.
With the tighty whities, you know? Yeah, so, I mean, I guess this is what social media is good for, right? Enjoy.
Mine is more of like slime.
I get slime too.
Like you know, people
I get like baby's first solids and then guy in their tank tops. So it's a good balance.
looking forward to my 2024 explore feed. For now, it's just food and slime.
Don't worry, I'll make it better. I'll send you stuff.
Okay. Yes, please. No, I think right this year I want to finally achieve like a bikini body. I keep telling myself this every single year and it never happens.
Well,
Like,
you were
I'll
working so
reach-
hard for it last
I know,
year.
and then KFC.
KFC.
Oh,
Hot
so nice.
bird.
Hot bird.
Hot bird.
Amazing.
Oh my god. Do you all love hot bird?
Yes.
Do you all eat hot bird?
Burger
It's
Lab,
nearby.
Hot bird. Chuggy, you know. Oh, Chuggy, yes.
I love chagi.
Yes. I tell you, Grab food, oh, terrible. Like,
Hey.
it makes everything like come to your house so fast that you're like, oh, wow, amazing.
Okay.
Yes.
So, I mean, we've been talking so much about the lessons that we've learned, you know, but what is the thing that you are proudest of in 2023?
Thing I was proudest of 2023. How about you go first? Let me sit on this.
Okay. For for me, I mean, obviously the biggest change in my life last year was that I gave birth to a child through my, I don't know why I have to put it there.
Her vagine.
Yeah, my vagine. I don't know why I have to put it there. But that's also a whole other topic. Not my vagine, but the birth. But I would say that one thing really surprised me last year was the mother that I became. The person that I became after becoming a mother. It was crazy. I never knew I had it in myself to be so motherly and considerate and kind even, Yeah, I think, like I said, I'm not very kind to myself. So we project, right? So like, I guess without doing it intentionally, I can be unkind to other people as well, which is something I'm definitely working on. But I might manage to find this like really, really soft spot in front of me. And I think a lot of mothers can relate. I'm sure it's not special to me. But I found this really, really soft spot for my child. Like, I will try to be as kind as possible to my child because, I mean, I feel like
You need to be the best version of yourself.
Yeah, the best version of myself for my child. But I mean, with this world being so messy, everything just war and everything, one of the best values I can impart on my child is kindness. Yeah.
I really like that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
How about you?
think the best thing about last year, I think it's really honestly hard for me to find like what the best thing was because I felt that last year was just like what I said, right? Like a mess, like a big mess. In a nice way, like I tried to make the best of this mess, but it was still a mess. I would say that the best thing about last year was surviving through it and because of the people that I have around me. Like I am so grateful for my family, my loved ones and also my friends that really helped me survive the whole year. And when I look back, I'm like, hey, actually there are like little pockets of time that actually I felt joyful. But I was just struggling. And I think that the thing about social media is that you cannot show that you're struggling. You just need to show, it's not that you have to show the best parts of your life, but more of like, I don't know, for me, I just try to share the better things. I share about like my lessons learned, I try to do my work to the best of my abilities. But the struggles that you don't see behind the scenes are very, very real. Like the lack of sleep, the lack of like prioritizing like yourself. So the lack of self-discipline, and the lack of, I would say, proper self-love. Because if you don't learn how to love yourself, and that's how like my 2023 was like, you say yes to everything. And I asked myself at the end of the year, I'm like, so what does Bel like? What makes Bel happy? And I couldn't find an answer because for me, everything was like, okay, family, loved ones, friends, work. That's it. So everything will be like, okay, so how can I prioritize all these other people? And Bel was never in the equation. So I ended the year asking myself, what does Bel like? What makes Bel really happy? And I found myself like empty, like I had no answer. And I reflected on that and I just thought maybe younger Bel would actually know. Like, she likes to, go to sit by the sea for like 2 hours because it makes her calm, But I think last year I ended the year with absolutely no answers to what this Bel likes.
I think that, we are always evolving as people. So it's okay if the things that you used to enjoy changes. Maybe 2024 can be a year of rediscovering ourselves.
Yes.
I mean, we are in our 30s now. We took on different roles as, so there's so much to relearn and rediscover about ourselves. And that I don't see it as a bad thing. It's actually pretty good. It's pretty
I'm actually
cool.
really excited because I think with me being more mindful about this, then I can slowly think about like, hey, what does this version of Bel like?
Yeah.
Like, what do I want to work on? What do I want to explore? And
What
I
are
think
you
it's
striving towards?
Correct.
What are your new goals?
correct. So it's very exciting. And I think that it's very exciting to have you guys on the journey as well. I can find out like what actually makes me happy now, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that. But yeah, 2023 was okay. I'm very thankful for everything. Just that it was a struggle lah. Yeah.
I don't think 2023 was great.
Yeah.
For a lot of people. So I think that 2024. Let's just try our best.
Bring it on.
Let's bring it on.
Bring
Let's
it
try our
on.
best. Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. I'm excited.
Yeah.
You know? All right, so that was our thoughts in the first episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And thanks for just listening to us lah.
Yeah.
Just ramble on and on. We're very excited to see where Mommy can go. Do remember to follow us on Instagram. It's Messy and We Minute. Like the N is
with the
Hey.
N.
Yes, N.
The symbol of
Yeah.
N.
不是不是. It's the N.
Oh, like a N.
Alphabet N.
N for Nepal.
Yes.
Kind of vibes. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Listen, tune into this podcast, on Spotify and all the streaming platforms. It's also on YouTube. And just follow us on this journey. I think we'll look back at this episode further down and be like, oh, wow, what were we talking about? But I guess it's a journey and I'm very excited to see where it goes. So I hope you guys are excited too.
guys, don't forget to tell us what's been going on in your life on the Messy Mail. We're going to post it up on our links
Yes.
sporadically. So just stay tuned. Yeah, that's it from us. Thank you so much for watching.
Bye.
Next episode.
Coming up next.